All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Chris.
And Chris.
And today we are going to be talking about a sensitive subject
Very
about-
sensitive.
from me and Chris. Chris and Chris is going to talk about the Super Bowl. Now, the Super Bowl has two halves, first and second. The second half decides the winner of the game. And there have been some great Super Bowl matches when it comes to the two teams playing in the game. However, we're going to be talking about the halftime shows today. Some of the halftime shows make the Super Bowl great. Some of them just held a comparison to other great Super Bowls. But we're going to talk about all of them today. And we're going to start off with our best one, the first one, technically the first of all time, the best of all time. Michael Jackson, 1993. Super Bowl, what was that? 20.
Should have been 30, 20, 27? Yeah, 27. You know, the funny thing with the Michael Jackson halftime show, that Super Bowl was so one-sided. It was the best part of that was better than the Super Bowl game itself.
Low key. Not even low key.
It's the truth. Not even low key.
I saw it for the first time, right? And I was like, wait, why is Michael Jackson way up there? But it was just like it was an actor. Then there was another Michael Jackson on the other side. I was like, wait a minute, why is he up there? How did he get over there? And then he just showed up on the stage. I was like, of course he's gonna be on stage.
And
then he broke into the Jam. And then he broke into Billie Jean. But the camera work? Did you see the camera work? That was 1993. That camera work was spot on.
The best part of that was when Mike jumped on the stage and dude just stood at the same spot for like 10 minutes and then saying nothing. Everybody screaming to the top of their lungs. And then we did
Michael Jackson's just like,
I like him.
And then he turned his head and then he screamed louder. I was like,
no one today can do that. No one today can do that. That's the funny thing. But the camera work, the performance, the songs, the whole, especially when they did Heal the World at the very end, and when they like that visual of the entire state. Was it Rose Bowl? Yeah, it was at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah,
the whole thing, amazing.
I went there last year. It's pretty big.
I can imagine. It was better than the whole show. Well, it was better than the game.
That's true. Who was playing in that game again? The Bills and the Cowboys, right? And I think the Cowboys won, didn't they?
You know, here's what I know. I know that they won, but I forgot how much they won by. I'll just say that.
Okay. So then we're gonna go to the next big Super Bowl performer. That's a lot of people. We're not gonna talk about that. That's another big one. We're gonna talk about Super Bowl.
Oh boy.
Super Bowl 32, 1998, from the Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego, California, the former home of the San Diego Chargers. Where they did a Motown tribute. They had Boys to Men, Smokey Robinson, Martha Reeves. This is 1998 now.
98.
The Temptations. This is 1998, so most of them were dead by now.
Basically.
Queen Latifah, because she was also on Motown. Grambling State University Marching Band. And it was produced by the one and only Radio City Music Hall.
I forgot they had that.
Exactly.
Man, I forgot about that.
A forgetful one. Yes, it is.
You know, it's my idea, great concept, but horrible timing.
You're right.
Horrible. You hit the nail about the Temptations. Most of them were dead at that point.
Right. Only one I think. think the only one that was alive then was Otis. Even back,
Otis was the only one alive at that point.
even then, he was the only one still alive.
Right.
This was over 20 years ago.
Exactly. And I'm like, really, dog? Really?
They were just throwing people together. Like the next one, we're going to talk about. Super Bowl 33 in 1999 at the Pro Bowl Stadium, the Pro Player Stadium in Miami Gardens.
Mm-hmm.
Where they did a Gloria Estefan, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, Savion Glover, and Stevie Wonder.
Two of those names I know. The other two, I was like, did y'all just pick them out from like Clyde Davis School of Music in New York and just throw them out there or something like that? That's how I felt.
First of all, I don't know who Savion Glover is. Probably like,
oh my gosh.
Then they did Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. Like, I don't want nobody voodoo at the Super Bowl, especially if my team's in it.
I mean, the game was basically over by halftime anyways, because ain't no way that the Falcons were even going to. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Falcons were in the previous Super Bowl before what happened in 51.
Trash.
The game was over in the first quarter.
As opposed to Super Bowl 51, where the game was over in the last minutes of overtime. But it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's all right.
Didn't Lady Gaga do that? Yeah, Lady Gaga was in that Super Bowl for the halftime show.
She did that Super Bowl. And that was a Super Bowl halftime show.
Wait, what about the halftime show?
That was a good halftime show.
It was good. It was good.
Forgetful, but it was still good. I just remember the drones doing the American flag behind her in Houston. That was pretty cool.
I just remember the meme factory that it was when Lady Gaga had jumped down and like that. That was a meme factory.
I thought she died right there.
I was like,
did she just jump?
I was like, they're doing the Owen Hart in the Super Bowl. Rest in peace, Owen Hart.
No, speaking of, what the hell?
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of what the hell, it's Super Bowl 34. You had Phil Collins, Christina Aguilera, Enrique Iglesias, Tony Braxton. Wait, who else?
What was this?
This is a Super Bowl halftime show.
No, what year?
2000.
I remember that Super Bowl, though. That's the funny thing.
Atlanta, Georgia, at the Georgia Dome.
Yeah. One of the best Super Bowl games of all time.
Yes, games. Wasn't it the Ravens versus LA?
No, that was the Titans and the Rams.
Okay, Titans and the Rams. Okay. Yeah.
Back with the greatest show on turf offense with Kurt Warner and Isaac Bruce and Ricky Prohl, Marshall Faulk. That offense was putting up literally video game numbers back then.
Of course.
It wasn't even fair how bad they were winning, folks.
Speaking of not fair, this is just stupid. MTV, of course, was producing this show. They had Aerosmith in 2001, ladies and gentlemen. Aerosmith, NSYNC, Britney Spears, Mary J. Blige, and Nelly. Talk about pandering.
That is random.
Really random. You start off with, you start off with Bye Bye Bye. Then you say, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith. Then you go into It's Gonna Be Me. Then you do Jaded after with Aerosmith. And then you do with all the black people in it. That's not fair.
Oh, my baby, bless.
Horrible. That was a horrible Super Bowl.
If they did that, if they did Aerosmith in say 90, like late 80s, okay, I get it.
When they were relevant,
or hell, even the 70s too. But in 2001,
nah, fam.
And mind you, ladies and gentlemen, this was before social media.
And the sponsor was E-Trade. Talk about flashback.
Man, E-Trade. Does anybody remember LimeWire? Or LimeWire? Anybody remember that? Trying to man,
LimeWire, Napster, Rhapsody, all that.
man. See, these young kids, they don't know about that
They
stuff.
don't
They
know
don't know
about
about
that.
that. They ain't ready for that.
All they know
Yeah.
is Spotify and Pandora and Apple Music. They don't know nothing about that.
Wait. They know about. Oh, we're gonna play Fortnite. Oh, we're just gonna play this. Oh, we're gonna play Overwatch.
Drake.
Right. Shoot. Put on. If ladies and
Drake's
gentlemen,
going to be part
eh,
of the Super Bowl halftime show eventually, or the black people will turn all the way on the NFL. It's going to be Drake in the weekend Super Bowl halftime show. Book it, Roger.
I mean, Jay-Z came out, and I'm pretty sure Jay-Z has came out and said he does not want to perform the Super Bowl halftime show. I'm very sure he said that.
Yeah, he did.
But hey, stranger things has happened.
Yes, like the next Super Bowl. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, this was the Super Bowl after the 9/11 attacks on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon.
Yep.
And it was a heartfelt performance by the one and only U2 at the Louisiana Superdome, February 3rd, 2002,
In New Orleans.
New Orleans. It was a tribute. It was a tribute to the September 11 attacks, where they did "Beautiful Day," they did "MLK," and they did "Where the Streets Have No Name."
That visual of like MLK and all of the names, like in the background, that's like, yo, that's like on a whole. You two have just had such a great way of like really, it's like it's not just a concert, but it's like an experience.
Oh yeah.
Never been to a U2 concert, but I've always wanted to go. But that at that time, for a halftime show like that,
U2 was huge then. That because their album just dropped.
yeah, it was. Wait, all the wait, oh, wait, what? Wait, what?
It was stuck in the moment.
Oh yeah, because how did this man on the time of bomb that came out 2 years later in 2004? So
yeah.
They
were dropping.
I mean, U2's always been huge, so they've always been huge.
Right. Well, speaking of huge,
great halftime show.
Speaking of huge, the next Super Bowl.
Oh God.
The next one, you had Shania Twain, No Doubt, and then a No Doubt collaboration with Sting, doing "Message in a Bottle." Like, come on now. So first they did "Man, I Feel Like a Woman," of course, Shania Twain, her best hit. And then we did "Up" by Shania Twain. I don't know how that goes.
I forgot about that.
I'm black. "Just a Girl," one of No Doubt's best hits.
It is.
And then they did a collaboration with Sting with "Message in a Bottle," which is probably one of the best live collaborations at a Super Bowl.
I wish it. Outside of "Just a Girl," I wish they would have done "Spider Webs." Now that's their best song. That's their best song.
No, their best song is "I'm Just a Girl," or "It's My Life."
I mean,
Spider Webs is number 3. It's still a great song. I'm not gonna say number
Sorry,
1.
I'm not home right now. I'm walking in the spot. Man, y'all kids, y'all don't know about that. These kids
don't know. They don't know about this 90s music that we.
They don't know about this.
They don't know about this.
Great, good Super Bowl. "Message in a Bottle." The live edition of that the live collaboration, very great. Just very great. And speaking of great, the next year, we all know what happened next year.
Tittygate. Okay. PG. Nipplegate. All right. So we're gonna do. It started off with Jessica Simpson. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Jessica Simpson was a musical performer.
I forgot she was in that halftime show.
With a
oh my gosh.
With a plethora of marching bands after that. Who cares? Then they do P. Diddy, Nelly, Kid Rock was in this show.
I forgot he was in that too. Damn.
Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson.
Oh, wait. We're forgetting. The sponsor of that Super Bowl was GoDaddy.com.
I mean, it was AOL. But moving on.
AOL, but yeah, basically it was what well you know what I mean. But who 9 years old and watching that Super Bowl, I only remember one thing, and we all know about what that was.
The Patriots winning.
And huh?
The Patriots winning.
But that's the second thing I remember from back then. Anyways, so that scene, I think JT and Jen, I think they were doing Rock Your Body or something like that.
No, no, no,
And I
no.
was like,
Let's start off at the top.
oh,
Okay.
okay. My bad.
Of course they do the way you move. I love the way you move. Oh, moving on. Then they do All of You. Then they do Bad Boy for Life with P Diddy, of course. And then
Yeah.
P Diddy did like Mickey and stuff, whatever. Then they do
Yeah.
Hot in Here with Nelly. That was just a precursor of what was to come later in the show.
It was.
Then they do More
It should've-
Money, No Problems. That is also a precursor of what's going to happen at the end of the show. We also have Cowboy by Kid Rock.
That should have really been the precursor. That should have been like,
Oh, yeah.
hey, that should have been like, hey, like the water's warm. It's super warm right now. If you can't take it, get the hell out. And then
Then they did Rhythm Nation, Janet Jackson.
yeah,
And then, of course, they did Rock Your Body. I just want to rock your body. And I have you naked at the end of this song. And she was.
doom, doom, doom,
Nipples were out.
doom, 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 doom.
CBS was pissed.
Very.
A lot of conservative parents were pissed as well.
I mean, if you look at it, Janet, they scapegoat the hell out of Janet, but I don't see anybody talking about that still with JT. But we ain't gonna talk about that.
I mean, just for Super Bowl, she's still a big star. But
I mean, yeah, but
would I want to see her at the Super Bowl again? No. And JT shouldn't have been at the Super Bowl a few years ago. That show stunk.
I mean,
That show stunk up the joint. And
I mean,
don't say it wasn't.
I mean, JT was already like, rising up there. This was when Seeing Retaz came out. So I mean, like, right?
No, we're talking about like a few years ago. Did you want JT to be in that Super Bowl? Yes or no?
Not me. I didn't.
Exactly. Especially with that crappy album he just put out.
I wanted like a Jay-Z and Drake collaboration or something, bro. Like that. That's all I wanted. That's it. That's all I wanted. I don't want too much. That's all I wanted. Drake.
Well, speaking of a show that wasn't too much, it was just perfect. One performer, one stage, one piano, one mic, one guitar, one light show at Jacksonville, Florida, at Tell Stadium, now called TIAA Stadium.
Basically.
Paul McCartney, Sir Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney. I mean, what more can you say? Is sometimes less really is more.
Yeah.
One person, one piano, one stage, and he's like, Paul, here's the mic, here's the piano, do whatever the hell you want to for like 15 or 30 minutes. Do whatever you want. And he did.
He did. That was a good show. Well, in hindsight, I just watched the show. I didn't really watch football until the next Super Bowl. That was in the great city of Detroit, Michigan. My first Super Bowl I actually saw in person. Super Bowl 40. Seattle Seahawks versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Sponsor was Sprint Nextel. Yes, that was back then.
Bam.
With the red lines.
Bam. I ain't gonna lie.
The Rolling Stones with their signature lips and tongue out stage.
Literally.
For the Super Bowl halftime show.
Mick Jagger lips so big he could fresh kiss a moose.
That's right.
And big ass lips.
They did Start Me Up.
Start Me Up.
Then they did Rough Justice. I've never heard of that song in my life. And they did I Can't Get No Satisfaction.
If they were doing a precursor to how Seattle fans felt during that Super Bowl, that was the perfect time for that song. Because when I say they got a lot of missed calls in that game, that I can't get no satisfaction. And I tried, and I tried, and I tried. Wait, and I tried.
All right. Copyright.
Yeah,
Uh,
can't do it.
Next year we had Prince at right now it's called the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. They did "We Will Rock You," of course. Let's Go Crazy. Baby, I'm a Star, Proud Mary, All Along the Watchtower, Best of You.
Yeah.
And they did, of course, everybody's favorite Super Bowl.
Wait. You're forgetting the bit where they did a little bit at the time. You're forgetting that part. I'm very sure they did that. I think.
Anyway, the final song they did Purple Rain. In the rain, because it was raining that day.
Okay. This personally is my favorite Super Bowl halftime show of all time. In my opinion. I wasn't allowed to see Mike's, but this one for me, this is my favorite of all time. Prince, a microphone, it's raining, the big purple symbol, right there and stuff, especially when it's lit up, and not only that, but the marching band too.
Yep.
Fam, they killed it. I remember that more than I remember the game.
That's true. Actually, no, the game was pretty good.
There's only two things I remember from the game.
No, that game, the only thing I remember from that game was the first kickoff when Chicago took the ball from one end to the other.
Devin Hester to the house.
And then the Super Bowl. That's it. The Super Bowl halftime show. That's all. And the Colts winning.
Yeah. But that Prince, rest in peace, brother Prince, but that, whoo. He was like, you know what? I'm going to do whatever I want to do. Right. Y'all can't tell me nothing about it.
Speaking of rest in peace, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Super Bowl 42, the famous Super Bowl where the New York Giants slayed the New England Patriots.
Do we have to talk about that? Do you always have to bring that up?
They slayed the New York Giants slayed, and Tom Petty slayed everybody before him with this show. He did American Girl. He did I Won't Back Down, Free Falling, and Running Down a Dream.
And I'm free.
That was a good show.
Good Super Bowl. Good game. Good show. I wish the Patriots would have went 19-0. But Super Bowl halftime show, very good. Very good.
Very good. Very good. Now, speaking of the full package. And no, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not talking about sex. We're talking about the full package. We're talking about a great pre-show.
Oh my God! Wait,
go ahead, Chris, take a drink. A great first half.
Yeah.
An amazing second half. The toe touch of doom. Super Bowl 43. But the halftime show, that's probably my second best halftime show of all time. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. 10th Avenue Freeze Out. Born to Run. Working on a Dream. And Glory Days. Glory Days. First of all, I didn't even know who Bruce Springsteen was until that night. No lie. No. But I knew who he was after.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, like that. You know, if every Super Bowl can be, if the entire event can be just like that, to where a great game, a great halftime show, and everything that kind of lines together in a nice little bow, man,
that's Super Bowl.
That's the trendsetter. That's the trendsetter. I mean, it's Bruce Springsteen, for goodness sakes.
That was the Super
Bowl. And plus, and also, of course, the legendary "The Toe Touch of Doom."
Best Super Bowl ending of all time, right there. Next Super Bowl, we're gonna go into the 2010s, and that was a whole decade ago. We're going into a whole new decade, 2020, y'all. Now we're here in 2010, 10 years ago, guys. The Who, the Saints versus the Colts, Super Bowl 44 at, of course, Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. They did Pinball Wizard, Baba O'Reilly.
Wait, I'm so surprised.
How are you? Who? See me, feel me, and we don't get fooled again.
Damn. I'm not gonna lie. If you really listen to the words of Pinball Wizard, it's just really listen to the words. That's all I have to say. But the Who, obviously, I think that went on for what? It felt like 30 minutes.
No, it was 15 minutes.
But Baba O'Reilly, it's classic.
Classic.
Just classic.
Yeah, that was actually the last Super Bowl with old groups headlining the Super Bowl halftime show.
Come to think about it, it was.
Because the next year they did the Black Eyed Peas.
I was about to say they did do the Black Eyed Peas for that one, yeah.
Usher and Slash from Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
They did. They started off with "I Got a Feeling." I got a feeling. Ooh. They did "Boom Boom Pow," of course.
Right.
The worst. Let me say this again, guys. The worst rendition of "Sweet Child of Mine." Forget you, Fergie.
Yes.
Of course, they had to do "Pump It." Black Eyed Peas had to do "Pump It."
They had to.
And "Let's Get It Started," of course. And that year, Usher and will.i.am did "Oh My Gosh." Remember that song?
Oh my gosh!
I did it again. So I'ma let the beat rock. That was so horrible.
It was.
It was 2010. We thought it was amazing.
We did.
Our kids gonna be like, "You listen to this, Mom and Dad?" I was like, "Yeah, listen to that. It was the shit."
Back then.
But they also did "Where's the Love," of course, and then they did "The Time." I had time of my life.
Which, for the young folks out there, if you listen to that song right now, and if you think that the Black Eyed Peas originally made it, just go watch Dirty Dancing. Just go watch Dirty Dancing. But the worst when we all know about Fergie with the horrible national anthem, but we don't talk about this enough. Like we don't talk about this horrible rendition of "Sweet Child of Mine." We don't talk about this. We need to talk about this a lot more, ladies and gentlemen. And when quarantine,
I was like, stop.
Right. I was like, wow, "Sweet Child of Mine," and I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, medic. But yeah, honestly, this is just a side note. Guns N' Roses should have been in the Super Bowl halftime show, and like for sure, late 80s, 90s, or what have you, before they broke up, obviously. Because they were like, huh?
I said, yeah, they should have been.
Because they were like the biggest band in the world when Appetite Destruction came out. The whole album is a banger. The whole thing. And actually would have done "Sweet Child of Mine" justice.
Right.
And not Fergie.
Speaking of the next Super Bowl, you had we had the Cirque du Soleil people there. They were they're part of the halftime show.
Yeah.
You also had various different high school drum lines come out and do their thing.
Okay.
Clap it up for the drum lines. That's high school.
For the culture.
They had the Southern University Dancing Dolls. Woohoo! Whoopies!
Dude, Chris is PG, man.
Oh my bad. You had Andy Lewis, of course.
Yeah.
You had CeeLo Green.
And I would try right. Nah, I'm done.
MIA.
Oh.
We'll get to that part in just a second.
Woo!
You had LMFAO at the peak, at their peak, because we ain't heard of them since.
We really haven't.
Nicki Minaj was in the Super Bowl,
A young Nicki too.
and the headliner, Madonna, and she just dropped the album that year.
She did.
I didn't listen to it, but I mean,
Again, if Madonna was in the Super Bowl in like 90,
in '90, she would have killed it.
in 90, it would have been a wrap. A wrap.
Vogue. She could have did Vogue.
But then again, if you throw Madonna in that halftime show, honestly, there's only two things people remember from the halftime show in '90: Whitney's rendition of the national anthem, and obviously how the game ended.
That's true.
And like you can't, like, after Whitney, it's like you can't outshine that.
Yeah.
At the time.
Well, speaking of that, you started off the halftime show with Madonna's Vogue. At the top, you just started off great.
That was like, I was like,
then you go from there
to the music.
to party rock anthem. Hold up. It's coming down. I'm sexy and I know it. Keep going down. Give me all your loving. Madonna with Nicki Minaj and MIA. Keep going down. In which MIA flipped the bird at the camera. The TV station didn't do nothing about it.
Nothing.
Didn't get flack afterwards.
They didn't do nothing.
I was like, can she do that? My mom was like, no, she's not supposed to do that.
We don't talk about this enough.
Then they did Open Your Heart and Express Yourself with CeeLo Green and Madonna. And then Like a Prayer with Madonna, of course. It's like a little prayer.
Yeah, it's like you start at like the very high, you start off great, and then everything kind of dips and dips and dips slowly.
It just dipped
badly.
It was the lowest that the Super Bowl halftime has ever gotten in my lifetime that I've seen for Super Bowl halftime shows.
That's saying something.
But then the next year they came back.
Oh, they came out with a vengeance.
However, I did not watch the Super Bowl because I was at Famous Dave's. Pastor Mark, if you're listening to this, you know why. We were with you at dinner at Famous Dave when the Super Bowl was going on.
Shout out to Famous Dave's.
Shout out to Pastor Mark if you're listening.
Great food.
Let me talk about this Super Bowl.
Go ahead.
I ain't got to tell you who headlined the Super Bowl. I just got to name you the songs. They did Run the World, Girls, Love on Top, Crazy in Love,
Yeah.
End of Time,
Yeah.
Baby Boy, Bootylicious, Independent Woman, Part 1, not Part 2.
Right. Just
Single Ladies, Put a Ring on It,
all single ladies.
and Halo. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Beyonce and the special guest that we didn't even know who was there, Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child. We didn't even know it.
Kelly Rowland and and who's the other one? Michelle Williams.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was a good Super Bowl halftime show. It was so good that the power that went towards the halftime show shut down the power to the second half
For like 30 minutes.
for 30 minutes. And derailed Kaepernick's rise to the top. That's why he had to kneel years later. Don't play. He wanted a Super Bowl win. He wanted the lights to come back on.
This is this would not be the last time that we mention Beyonce in the Super Bowl halftime show, as a disclaimer.
Sadly.
But yeah, this Super Bowl for sure, where you talk about setting the standard, this set the standard for sure.
I don't think so.
I mean, for like,
yes, it was really great.
I mean, yeah, show was great, and plus, I mean, Kelly Rowland coming out.
Kelly Rowland came out.
Woo!
I spit up my fries. I was like, like Kelly.
Kelly.
Michelle came out. I was like, Michelle almost fell. Did you see that? She was like, oh.
She did. If she would have fell, oh my, they would never hear. She would never hear the end of it for the rest of her life. My word.
And then there were two in Destiny's Child.
Yes, but yes, great, great halftime show.
I was waiting for what's her face, LaToya Luckett to come out.
I mean, hey, why not?
Why not?
Why not at this point?
Why the heck not?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they said about the next year. Why the heck not? Let's put Bruno Mars in the halftime show. And for a special guest, you know what the hell? Put the Red Hot Chili Peppers in there. Just throw them in there. Just throw them in there. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying this so sarcastically because this indeed was the best Super Bowl I have ever seen. Not only did the Seattle Seahawks whoop that ass.
Oh, wait. What was the score?
43-8.
Wait. No, I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the best moment of all time. 29-0. Man,
they scored. The Seattle Seahawks scored within 12 seconds of the first half. Then they come out in the second half and score 12 seconds within that half. But we're not going to talk about the game. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl halftime show because this is what this show is all about. Not only did Bruno Mars start off the show with a drum solo, one of the best drum solos I've ever seen.
It was pretty good.
He just starts off with Locked Out of Heaven, his best hit at the time.
It was.
Dropped it. Locked Out of Heaven. He did Treasure.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, which I forgot was on his first album.
Bro, the best part was when my man busted the James Brown. I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa. I was like, talk about. I'm like, are we sure he could do that? I was like, is that him? And then he was like,
first of all, he said timeout. He did the, and he's like 1, 2, 3, 4.
And then I was like, whoa. Oh shit. Oh.
And then out of the ground, who comes out of the ground? The Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yes.
Come on now.
Well, give it away now.
Man. And then Bruno closes it out with Just the Way You Are. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. That's my best Super Bowl halftime show of all time.
That whole halftime show was okay. There are halftime shows to where it's like you're kind of cool with like you go and you get like some more nachos or what have you from like the kitchen or what have you. This halftime show is like, you know what? I just want to sit here. I just want to enjoy this. I just want to like why? Because like this is it's hot. It's too much heat.
It's too much heat.
It's too much. It's too lit.
Well, speaking of too much heat, we're going to talk about the next Super Bowl.
Now, something happened during that Super Bowl.
Yes.
A lot of these.
We're not going to talk about the actual game. We're going to talk about the halftime show. Speaking of a comeback, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, we did Lenny Kravitz. Yes, he was in that Super Bowl.
Dang.
Speaking of another comeback, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Missy Elliott. And sort of a comeback of her own because she hasn't really made any music until 2016. Katy Perry. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And of course, the choreography on this whole show, Left Shark. Yes, we're going to talk about Left Shark, who was late to every dance move on the whole damn show.
He really was.
I was like, does this guy practice? This is the Super Bowl. Oh, okay, they start off the show with Katy Perry riding this, like, what was it, a lion?
Yeah, I think it was a lion.
Looking like a giant Hot Cheetos bag.
But basically.
She was singing Roar, and then she did Dark Horse, I Kissed a Girl, Teenage Dream, California Girls. Then Missy Elliott comes out with Get Your Freak On, Get Your Freak On. Then they did Work It, Let Me Work It. Then they did Lose Control by Missy Elliott.
Jesus make you lose control.
Did Fuck, of course. Yes. Katy Perry had hits. There's not a song that she came out with that you're like, you know what? I can't not just sing and not sing along.
Yeah, basically. Like, here's the thing. a lot of people, a lot of the younger folks was like, "Who is Missy Elliott?" And I'm like, I mean, Missy coming out, none of us saw that coming. Number one,
Nobody did.
and we was like, Missy! We was like, oh shit!
Lenny Kravitz. We didn't see that early Kravitz coming out.
That too, but when Missy came out, I
was like, who's this nigga? And then they come out, Lenny Kravitz. I was like, oh, Lenny Kravitz. Right.
The Left Shark was late to every single move. I'm like, dog, like, did you know that you're in the Super Bowl in a worldwide audience? Did you know about this?
Right. And speaking of, did you know about this? Did Coldplay know that they were going to get upstaged by Bruno Mars and Beyonce the next year?
Oh my God, we need to talk about this.
First of all, Yellow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about this. Yellow is one of Coldplay's best hits.
It really is.
Not only was the Super Bowl halftime show in the daytime, so they can't really do their typical Yellow performance. They had Yellow on for like 20 seconds.
They did.
Then they cut the track.
They're like
into Viva La Vida, one of their other greatest hits.
I
was like, what? Then they skipped through that song as well. Then they did Paradise, one of my favorite songs by them. Great camera work, by the way.
It was.
Then they did Adventure of a Lifetime, one of their best hits at that time.
Yeah, I think the album came out too.
Which one?
Ghost Stories, with Adventure of a Lifetime. Wait, that's it.
No, Ghost Stories was 2014. The Adventure of a Lifetime came, I think, out that year.
Okay, gotcha.
It was after Ghost Stories, which I forgot was a Coldplay album.
Yeah.
Magic. That's the only song I remember from that album.
Viva La Vida, in my opinion, is actually in between Viva La Vida and Clocks, as far as Coldplay's best song.
Best songs. Yeah. People say that.
Did they even do Clocks for the halftime show?
Yeah. They did Adventure of a Lifetime. Then they did then after Adventure of a Lifetime, of course, Mark Ronson came out with the turntable.
Uptown Funk
with Bruno Mars.
My God.
And then, ladies and gentlemen.
And then
Chris says it was the standard back in 2013. This was the standard in 2015, 2016. This was the standard. Beyonce came out looking like the Black Panthers.
She did.
Doing formation. And they was in formation, if you know what I mean. They dropped the moves. Then they had a dance battle between each other, Bruno and Beyonce. I was like, oh snap! Beyonce almost died. She almost tripped on her own shoe.
She really did, though. She almost did.
She came back up though. She was like, oh, okay, nope, not today. I'm on world television. Nope. But then she did Crazy in Love, of course, in Uptown Funk formation. Then they did like Clocks. They did do Clocks. After the whole thing, because Beyonce and Bruno did their whole thing, and then he was like, hold up, this is my show.
But here's the thing. I just wanted just Coldplay. That's it.
That's what I thought we were gonna get.
Just give me what I wanted.
I thought they were gonna have like a little special guest, like a little thing, just to like Rihanna with what's that song? Princess in China, I think it was called.
Yeah, Princess of China. Yeah, from Miley Cyrus.
If they would have did that,
I'd be cool.
No problem. But then they also did Fix You at the end, Up and Up as well.
I will try. Coldplay got hits, man. I swear, dog. Like
Coldplay got hits, but they didn't show them at that halftime show because Bruno and Beyonce just killed that halftime show.
Here's the thing that no one talks about. You know, at the very end, where like you got Beyonce and like Bruno right there, and then Chris, and then you got like Chris coming in there. He's like, hey guys, did y'all forget that I was originally announced for this show in the first place?
He did that the whole time after Beyonce and Bruno was doing the dance battle. He was like, hold up.
Right. He's like, hold up, I'm here too.
Chris Martin is like the one kid who doesn't get picked in the line. He's like, oh, what about me? What about me? What about me? That's what happened at that halftime show.
It really did, though.
Of course, the next year we already talked about Lady Gaga almost dying. I mean, we thought that she died when she jumped off the top of NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. But she started off like God Bless America, of course. She jumped off the stage. Then she did Poker Face, Born This Way, Telephone, which I hate that song, Just Dance.
Whoa. You can't just gloss over Telephone like that, dog. Come on.
Telephone's not my favorite Lady Gaga song.
That song's a banger. What?
No.
To me, it is.
No. Million Reasons is a banger, first of all.
Yeah, it is. I can't.
And of course, she finished the set with my famous banger from Lady Gaga, Bad Romance.
Yeah, it's
the best banger.
Yeah. I can't debate this.
Whoa!
Rah.
Oh God, we got 2018 U.S. Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Now let's see.
Justin Timberlake and the Tennessee Kids. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen. He had some great hits. He did all his best hits. He did Rock Your Body the second time with no boobs. They did Senorita, Sexy Back, My Love. They also did Cry Me a River.
Yeah.
And that was just a precursor of what was about to happen later on in the show. We were about to cry a river. Now, they also did Suit and Tie. They did Mirrors, which was the worst rendition of Mirrors I've ever heard in my life. I Would Die For You.
Wait, which one?
Mirrors. The worst rendition of Mirrors.
It was, though.
Is that Justin, or is that a tape? Then they did I Would Die For You, with a pre-recorded video of Prince on the projector screen.
Yeah, because Prince Prince died in 2016.
Yeah, he been dead by now.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like okay.
I was like,
bruh.
I was like, I want to go home. I was like, I don't like it here. Then it did, Can't Stop the Feeling. Can't Stop the Feeling. Oh goodness. That was okay Super Bowl. Who won that Super Bowl? Oh, the Eagles did.
The game itself was lit.
I forgot about the whole game.
That game was lit, man.
It was lit because Tom Brady thought he was a wide receiver, but he was Magic Bronson.
Here's the thing that no one talks about. There was nobody within 5 yards of that pass.
He was like,
nobody within 5 yards.
You want it? You want it?
Take it! Oh.
We should do another one of those today.
Oh, God.
You
want this Super Bowl?
Speaking of you want it, take it. This is the Super Bowl none of us wanted. Ladies and gentlemen. And once we got it, Chris can attest to this. I turned on Halftime Heat on the WWE Network. For how much?
$9.99.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, $9.99 on the WWE Network. We were forced to watch Maroon 5. Don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I love Maroon 5. Maroon 5 is one of my favorite rock bands of all time. They started off with Harder to Breathe. I knew that.
Yeah.
They did This Love. This love had taken its toll on me. They did Sicko Mode with Travis Scott.
Okay.
That was just messed up. That was just messed up.
The opening the opening for that when they did the whole Bang Geeks from SpongeBob, that was lit.
Okay, that was lit. That was lit. That was
That
lit.
was lit.
That was okay. Then they do "Girls Like You," which is one of the worst songs ever. I was waiting for Cardi B to come out.
Well, damn. I mean, it's one of the highest sets. Shit.
You could have fooled me. She will be loved. She will be loved. Okay. They did Kryptonite with Big Boy. Big Boy came out because it was in Atlanta, of course. They had to bring somebody from Atlanta.
That is somebody, and not
The Way You Move. I love the way you move. Then they dropped Sugar. Yes, please.
They had to.
Then they did Moves Like Jagger with his shirt off. That's when I didn't even watch the Super Bowl at halftime. I was watching Halftime Heat on WWE Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a first for Kris and Chris, but Halftime Heat was better than the Super Bowl halftime show
and the
Super Bowl game itself.
It's so bad. Wait, let's look at the score because I know the score. I'm just going to look at it just to make sure that I think that I'm right. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we got 13-3.
We had to make sure that we got the facts right.
13-3. They didn't even score a point. They didn't score a point in the first quarter. They scored field goals all into the fourth quarter, which New England scored a touchdown and a field goal. It was horrible. I made tacos. We had pizza. People took pizza home in the first half. It was that bad.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, this Super Bowl was literally, they say, oh my goodness, you know, this is Bill Belichick's masterpiece as far as what was it, as far as like strategizing, you know, slowing down the Rams offense. But everybody, and I mean everybody, the Super Bowl that we should have gotten was the Patriots and the Saints. That's what we wanted. That's what I wanted.
That's what everybody wanted.
And then you had people who wanted the Chiefs and the Rams from the
that would have been the best game in the world if the Chiefs and the Rams would win.
From the highest scoring Monday Night Football game in history, aka nobody has defense.
You don't need defense if you're throwing Hail Marys all day. That's all they were doing.
He was like, F it, somebody gonna catch it.
Literally.
The whole game.
If they had that in the Super Bowl, low key, I would have been like, all right, guys, get DoorDash on the line. Doesn't have this. There's gonna be overtime.
Right.
All right. Now we're gonna talk about this year's Super Bowl. But it was an okay Super Bowl. I wasn't really looking forward to it.
But the halftime show.
The game or the halftime show. Halftime show was okay. It wasn't like the biggest thing in the world. They did Dare by Shakira, She Wolf Shakira, Empire by Shakira.
Yeah.
Ojos Así.
Oh, wait. We're getting to it.
They did Whenever.
Wait, we're getting to it.
They did I Like It. I Like It Like That. I mean, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Then they did Hips Don't Lie.
Wait. We're getting there. We're getting close.
They did Jenny from the Block. I'm still Jenny from the Block.
She is, though.
Ain't it funny? Jennifer Lopez.
Wait. We're getting to it.
And then they did my favorite J-Lo song. Get right. They did that song. Waiting for tonight.
Yeah.
They did Booty, Que Calor, El Anillo, Love Don't Cost a Thing, and Mi Gente. On the floor.
Yeah.
Let's get loud. Let's get loud.
That was I can't.
They did Waka Waka. Waka Waka, eh, eh.
My personal favorite Shakira song. Thank you, World Cup. Someday I'll be out, waka waka, I
forgot who was in that Super Bowl.
Wow. It
Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers.
it wasn't too long. Oh, somebody called ENTs. Anyways, it that Super Bowl was not too long ago.
I don't remember it. I was not looking forward to it, first of all, and then the halftime show on paper, I was like snooze fest. But when I saw the halftime show, oh boy, I was
Oh,
awake. I was awake and at attention, if you know what I mean.
ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is the type of Super Bowl halftime show, and where you think that you can just go and do a couple things by the halftime show going, but this Super Bowl halftime show was like, oh, like
I mean,
okay,
I was still doing a few things while the halftime was going on, but we're gonna talk about that later.
oh yes,
It was the first Super Bowl not to like have Tom Brady or Peyton Manning in like 5 years.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Crazy.
But wait a minute, if there is a season that could change this season,
It is gonna change. He's not going to Super Bowl.
wow,
He's not going to Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes is taking the crown off of Tom Brady and put it on himself.
he kind of already.
Your brother has taken the crown from Tom Brady. Not another Eli Manning. Not a Ben Roethlisberger.
Nope.
Heck, not even Joe Flacco, if you remember that Super Bowl.
I mean, he at the
Mahomes.
at the time after the Ravens won that Super Bowl, I think at the time Joe Flacco's contract was the richest contract in NFL quarterback history at the time. And man,
Talk about fall from grace.
and we're gonna put Jacoby Jones with the 180-yard kickoff return to start off the third quarter. I was like, bro, I was like, how do you not give that MVP just for that alone? Oh well, but yeah. Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, there have been a lot of Super Bowls in the past. These halftime shows were ones that were okay. Then there's some that were good. Then there's some that was great. And then there was some that where it's like, I'm not gonna move a muscle. I just want to see this whole thing.
Right. Well, before we go, if we have a season this year, who
Oh,
should
boy.
be in the halftime show this year?
Can I start off with who I do not want to be in the Super Bowl?
No, you say you want to say who you want in the Super Bowl.
Like the Super Bowl halftime show, right?
It's the halftime show. Who would you want to headline the halftime show? The Pepsi halftime show. The Pepsi Super Bowl halftime show presents.
Man, I got to think about that for a little bit. No, just say yours. Just say it, and I got to think about this. I don't want Beyonce or Bruno. That's what I don't want. Not again.
Who do I want? First of all, special guest Meg Thee Stallion. She's gonna be in there regardless. But I need someone big. Got 20 seconds left. To headline. There's a lot of people that we could choose, but we can't really zero down on one. That's a good question. Meg Thee Stallion is definitely going to be in there for a special appearance.
Yeah, they would have to do it.
They would have to do it. That's the only way they're going to get certain kind of people to watch it.
Yeah.
Well, while we think about this, everybody who's watching this, please comment who you want to be in the Super Bowl halftime show. Comment down there. Please like, share, and subscribe this video. Subscribe to the channel. This has been Kris and Chris talking about the greatest Super Bowl halftime shows. Some of the worst, some of the best, and some of the middle in between, and some of the extraordinary. See you guys next time.